This is an Arduino from the Nano family. This is an Arduino from the Maker family. This is an Arduino from the Uno family. This is an Arduino from the Mega family. And this is the Arduino Ventuno Q. The Ventuno Q comes just 10 months after the launch of the Arduino Uno Q and Arduino's new IDE, Arduino App Lab. Arduino App Lab is designed specifically to use with these Arduino Q family of boards. What separates the Arduino Q family from all the other Arduino boards is that these are dual brain development boards. That is, there is a microprocessor unit that's running an entire Linux operating system, and then there is a powerful microcontroller unit that is doing all that Arduino stuff that you know and love. Now, underneath this giant fan right here is the Dragon Wing IQ8275. It is a Qualcomm system on chip that is used in the automotive industry for robotics. It has 8 cores, an Adreno 623 GPU, and a Hexagon neural processing unit that runs at a dense 40 tops. There's 16 gigabytes of RAM on this board and 64 gigabytes of flash memory. It's got a Wi-Fi and BLE chip, a connector for Ethernet, and 3 22-pin MIPI camera connectors. It's got 2 USB 3 connectors, an HDMI connector, a USB-C connector, screw terminals for power, CAN bus, and ground, barrel jack for delivering power, and it has this familiar Arduino Uno header layout right here. So this gives you access to the pins on the microcontroller that is on this board, and that microcontroller is the ST-H5F5. It's got this LED matrix, and then it also has a connector for Raspberry Pi hats. So if you have anything working with your Raspberry Pi, that ought to fit right there. Also has a little quick connector there. Some more LEDs. They have STM here, so I'm thinking these are directly controlled by the microcontroller unit, but I'll have to check on that. It's got a reset button here, which I am presuming is for the microcontroller unit. And then there is another user reset button here, which I have no idea what that does, but I'm going to find out. On the back of this, there's also some connectors. This is where you can put what's called a carrier. So more carrier boards, I'm told, will be coming out, but there are some carrier boards available, if I'm not mistaken, with the Pro line. And this is a J0 media breakout, so you have access to a lot of pins on this thing. Well, let's see what this thing can do. First, I'm going to power it up. I have got the Arduino USB power supply that you can buy separately. And what's nice about this is it doesn't actually come with the USB-C cable, but what it does come with is a handy little adapter here. So what you can do is take a USB cable. Arduino does sell a USB cable, USB-C on both ends. You connect it right in here. I'm just going to connect this to wall power. Now I'm going to connect it to my computer via USB-C. All right, it's going through the little boot process right here. Now that I think about it, I'm going to go ahead and plug Ethernet right into this. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and fire up App Lab. All right, so here I am in Arduino App Lab. I'd already went through the setup process on this Ventuno Q. It's really pretty simple. You just put in some basic information, set up your password, that kind of thing. So let's check out some of the examples that are designed specifically for this Ventuno Q that come in the inspiration section inside Arduino App Lab. All right, so I'm going to go to this Edge AI Assistant. So this is a chatbot powered by a local large language model. So there's a large language model that will be running on the Ventuno Q itself. And if you look at the large language model brick, you have different options for large language models you can download and use. Now, I am using this one called Gwen. It's actually tuned specifically for this board by Qualcomm, but there's options from Hugging Face that you can grab. And if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be able to pull in your own large language models, maybe not in this specific brick, but in other bricks. Now, I've already downloaded this model. You have to do that when you are using a new model, but let's go ahead and run this and see how it goes. All right, so it opens up a window in my browser, and this looks just like a large language model chat interface. So let's give this a try. All right, now notice that it says it's loading model. This first response that you get back is always the slowest, but honestly, that wasn't really that long. You can tell that we get a very coherent response here. That's nice, but here's my favorite part. I'm not paying anybody for these tokens. I didn't have to put in some API key. I didn't have to authenticate with some frontier model and cash out my dollars to some bros in San Francisco. Everything just happened right here on my own Ventuno Q. I absolutely love that. I can't tell you how much I love that. Watch how snappy these replies are once you've gotten that first prompt down. I mean, it's basically instantaneous. In fact, the response I'm getting back has lower latency than if I'm using my phone to use one of these large language models over the web. If you're like me, I know where your head is going. It's let's give this board access to environmental information and then allow this embedded intelligence to make decisions, hopefully intelligent ones, about how things are changing in its environment. Now, connecting the microprocessor unit, this Qualcomm chip, and getting it to talk with your microcontroller unit, that STM chip we were talking about, it's really pretty simple. Arduino created this thing called the bridge library. It's a remote procedure call kind of operation. There's only 5 functions in it. It's pretty straightforward, and I actually made a video specifically about it. And if you want to check out that video, it's actually part of a larger course on using Arduino App Lab and these Q boards, this new Q family of boards. You can check out this video at this QR code right here or down in the description. All right, so let's check out another example that's designed specifically for the Arduino Ventuno Q. We have this Edge Dictation Assistant. This uses the automatic speak recognition block, or ASR block, and we'll probably have to download a model. So it looks like it's using Whisper, and I'm gonna go ahead and download that model. Now what I'm gonna do is I've got this microphone here, a USB mic, nothing special, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into the Ventuno Q, and let me click run, see what happens. All right, so I'm speaking English, at least I think so. Hi. Can you hear what I'm saying? Well, that was pretty cool. That's happening pretty quick, not too long of a latency. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Okay, now I'm impressed. So that's pretty cool. All right, so now I can talk to the machine. It can process my language. I could take this brick, hook it into the large language model brick, so I could basically talk to the machine, and then I could have the machine control a bunch of actuators. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun. And again, I'm not paying anybody a single penny for any tokens. So, all right, this is cool. Let's check out another example. I'm gonna go back over here to inspirations, and we've got a text-to-speech assistant that converts text input into spoken audio. Let me try this one. All right, now I have got inexpensive USB speaker. Just gonna set it somewhere, connect it to the Ventuno Q, and now I'm gonna click run. So let me type something in here. Let me hold that up to the mic because I don't know if you could hear that. Or maybe I'll turn the volume up here.
I am sorry, Dave. I am afraid I can't do that.
So, you know, maybe not the coolest voice that I can think of, but that's pretty fun.
Mike is the coolest person I know, honest.
All right, let's do one more. Here's this gesture booth. I'm going to try that. So let's go ahead and click this. Looks like I need a camera attached. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll disconnect the speaker and I'll plug in just a cheap USB webcam I've got sitting around. All right, so I'm gonna click run. Wow, I'm amazed at how fast that happened. All right, so let's try this out. Wow, okay. That's pretty quick. I wonder how I get rid of, here's a peace sign. Look at that. Oh wait, no, it's giving me thumbs up for that one. Yeah, I didn't know this was love you. I thought this was like rock on or something. Thumbs up, thumbs down, index up, fist, victory. I thought that was peace. Okay, this is pretty fun. I just like watching the dots on my hand. That's like my favorite part. I don't know, I think it's cool. These are just a bunch of interesting ways to interact with this device. And what I'm really excited about doing is hooking up some actual electronic components to this thing and then using all of these interesting interfaces we just demoed to actually work with hardware. So if you are going to connect all the interesting stuff that's happening in these demos down to hardware peripherals, you know, like stepper motors, LEDs, servo motors, you know what I'm saying? Any type of hardware peripheral you want to add to this, you need to use that bridge library. And you can check out a video I made right here on using the bridge library. You can get it at this QR code or at the link in the description. It's pulled directly from the Arduino App Lab and Q course that I made. Again, you can check it out at this QR code or this description down here. Now, here's the last thing I need to tell you, and this is important, and I'm not just saying this to say it, but if you want to get one of these, I would highly recommend buying one now. They have a launch price that I think is pretty darn reasonable for what you're getting here, and I have a feeling these are going to sell out in like zero amount of time, this first production run they're doing. So if you're going to get it and you want to get a good deal, now's the time to go pick one up. And I'm not just saying that because Arduino flew me out to Turin, Italy to look at their first production run of the board. I'm just telling you because I honestly think it's a good deal. Now, if you're interested in these Arduino Q boards, the next video you should check out is this one right here. It's going to talk about the Arduino Uno Q, which is the little brother of the Arduino Ventuno Q. This one right here. This video right here, you'll want to check it out.